He's so mad. He tried to explain the difference in the bear market versus the bull market right there.
And Jackie wasn't getting it.
She wasn't getting it.
I don't know.
All right, so here you go. This is basically Lois in real life.
What?
This is right to censor.
Uh-huh.
So you got Bull Buchanan, Stevie, who you like, the former Val Venus, and the former Godfather. So no hoes and no porn stars and no BWO. They're here to censor all the devious, foul, rude, brash, inappropriate behavior.
So you think this was a takeoff of what WCW was actually doing behind the scenes?
No, they got a lot of heat from the, I think it's called the PTC, the parent teacher council or whatever. And I believe that that's sort of the idea here is they're just mocking them. So instead of PTC, it's RTC, the right to censor.
Gotcha.
And here comes, well, I'm not allowed to say his name. I'll let you take it from here. You're
not allowed to say his name? Well, I've smoke and there comes nobody. Oh my God. It's one of the greatest of all time. One of the nicest men that I've ever talked to. One of Conrad's favorites. I know one of Dave Silva's favorites. If you dare, it's Tazz. Are you allowed to talk during this match, Conrad?
Yeah, I'm allowed to talk.
Okay. You're just not allowed to say his name.
Well, I mean, he specifically said, don't say my name on your podcast, brother. So
okay.
I won't.
All right. So and now here comes Miss Jackie.
And Crowbar, right? Didn't he say JBL as Crowbar?
Crowbar.
I can't believe we're going to fucking go with JBL as Crowbar. By the way, when I tell John that you called him Crowbar.
Don't say that because I know how he is. He'll beat the fuck out of me. Or at least attempt to.
Can I tweet it and tag him?
Well, what I want to do is I'm going to not only tell him what you said, I'm going to drop a pin to your house.
Okay.
So he knows exactly how to get to your street in Marietta.
By the way, tweet this here, Casio, motherfucker.
Okay.
Oh, watch this. Oh, man. Fucking Taz throw a clothesline or what, buddy? Look at this. Jackie. Yes. Oh, boy, she could give me a DDT anytime. Oh. Lordy. Look at JBL. So JBL has gone through a lot of incarnations, huh?
Yeah, he was Justin Hawk Bradshaw first in the company.
Okay.
And he was managed by Dutch Mantell there. And then he became one of the new Blackjacks with Barry Windham. And then he was just Bradshaw for a minute. And then he joined the Acolytes here. And they originally were part of the ministry and had symbols painted on their chests. And then eventually they became the APA, the Acolyte Protection Agency. So they had more of a, we're going to play cards and drink beer and smoke cigars deal, which is sort of what they're doing now. And then eventually JBL would become like a rich, snobby, J.R. Ewing type. He would drive into the building in a limo and had the big horns on the front. And he'd have like, a sporting jacket on and a cowboy hat, and he'd go shake everybody's hands, but then use the hand sanitizer right in front of everybody right after. Just really good stuff.
I see. Russian leg sweep and a 2 count. Let me add, in the course of the history of professional wrestling, where was the Stevie Richards chair shot on JBL, the shooting chair shot that happened? Remember that?
Yeah, that would be years later as a receipt from him beating up Blue Meanie at 2005's One Night Stand. So this is 01.
All right, so it hasn't happened yet. Gotcha.
Yes.
Right. Because it was one of maybe the stiffest chair shot I've ever seen. Maybe. I think it absolutely was. Pretty good tag team match. So a lot of action going on.
It does feel like a bit of a thrown together match, in my opinion, though. Maybe I'm wrong, but just Acolytes and Tazz versus RTC to me just feels like it's sort of, well, we got to get everybody on the show.
Yeah. Okay. And everybody, why not? Here's a question I have about this, and you know more about it than I do. WrestleMania is now almost, it's almost exclusively a big stadium event. it never was always that way. I know we had one at Sky Dome, and they had one at, of course, WrestleMania 3 at Silverdome. Now here they are in the Astrodome. Did this begin the run of just big stadiums for them, or when did that start?
The first super show was WrestleMania 3. 4 and 5 were at Trump Plaza. 6 was in a dome. 7, they tried to run the LA Coliseum, couldn't sell tickets, lied about it, and said it was security, and that's the reason they moved it indoors. And then WrestleMania 8, wasn't a huge financial success. It was tried to run the Hoosier Dome, had a lot of folks there, but not a huge gate. I mean, I had a lot of comps. WrestleMania 9 was Caesar's Palace, which was much smaller. WrestleMania 10 was back in New York. 11 was in a smaller arena in the Northeast. 12 was in Anaheim. 13 was in Chicago. 14 is the first big one they ran again, which would have been the Fleet Center. 15 was in Philadelphia. So we were on sort of track to get big, but this is the first like really big crowd in a few years.
Right.
And 18, they would be back in the Sky Dome. 19, they would run the baseball stadium in Seattle. 20, just because of the anniversary, they'd be back at MSG. But you're right. This was really, since they were hot, the first big show. And now, of course, they're running baseball stadiums and football stadiums and giant domes and everywhere that they can. And I'd like to hope that one day soon we get one right there in your hometown of Atlanta with that new stadium. I don't know why they wouldn't.
I think it would be great. They would have it in the stadium. There's JBL with the pin, the 1, 2, 3. And I think the Mercedes-Benz stadium would be great to host the. Didn't they have it at the Georgia Dome one time?
Yeah, it was maybe the worst WrestleMania ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Not because of the venue, though, right?
No, the main event was The Miz versus John Cena, and The Rock was the host. And
so you couldn't even see half the main event.
Right. And the other half at the time, I don't think anybody wanted to see. Just before he got over.
Tony, are you amazed or kind of scared that Conrad ran all those venues off without one piece of paper or note?
Neither one. Expected it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, you expect a sheet of paper. I needed a sheet of paper out of that.
And
that's in your head. That's in that big old noggin of yours.
Well, there's a lot up there, but that's probably because I haven't had to take a clothesline from hell like JBL delivered to the Godfather.
No lariat.
Holy shit, they're in Huntsville.
Well, I guess you can say that because it's got the space stuff there, but there's a big crowd there for wrestling, so it's definitely not Huntsville. We draw like 2,500 for WWE events here.